that this is something that we can take lightly. When you hear all of these things, you hear numbers and you hear finances that sound very willy-nilly, like they were sucked out of thumbs. And that's what I want to clarify now. What I want to clarify is that I'm not going to be asking you questions nicely. I'm going to be asking you questions and I want responses immediately. So please be ready to respond. And I don't want political answers. I don't want answers where you are explaining and giving examples. I want yes, no, I want factuals, I want full stops. That's what I want. So I'm going to start with Netball World Cup. I want to know, did board members get funding from the Netball World Cup?
No.
You didn't. Okay. So I want them to know, if they are seeing it with us now, it implies that there might have been a deadline and you missed your deadline. So did you miss a deadline? Was there a deadline given to you for audited financials? What happened?
Yes, we did miss the deadline, sir.
When was the deadline?
It was supposed to be last year, March 20.
Last year, March. Who's responsible for missing the deadline?
It's us as a board.
Who's in the board?
The four of us that are here.
Who's the four of us that are here?
Okay, it's myself as a chair.
Name, surname?
Patience Shikwambana.
Okay, next.
Blanche de la Guerre.
Excuse me?
Blanche de la Guerre.
Thank you.
Samir Khan.
Uh-huh. Fourth.
Lyndon Bauer.
Thank you very much. So you're the four that missed the deadline. Why did you miss the deadline?
I indicated earlier that we had challenges with our staff.
You had challenges with your staff?
Yes.
So you acknowledge responsibility for the fact that you missed the deadline?
Yes, we do.
Thank you very much. Then I want to know, how much did it cost you to measure your carbon footprint? I understand you don't have audited financials and you boasted about having a lower carbon footprint, but what we don't talk about is reporting. Reporting often costs a lot of money. How much did it cost you to measure your carbon footprint?
480,000.
480,000. Okay. Then I want to know your fan parks and the attendance. I want to know how much did your fan parks and your viewing sites cost and what was the attendance? Across the country.
Each province hosted their own fan parks. So the city of Cape Town hosted their one, Western Cape government hosted fan parks across the districts, and each province, wherever they found themselves, so they carried those costs of the fan parks.
So you don't know the cost of the fan parks?
No, because we were not responsible for it. The provinces carried those costs. I'm responsible for the Western Cape one, but we were not responsible as a board for the whole country.
So the board has no idea how much the fan parks cost? Because if you are saying it comes from then provinces and districts, you are then saying that this goes to municipal levels, you are saying that it goes to district levels and provincial levels, and you are saying that you don't know how much of taxpayer money or whatever went to these fan parks.
No, we wouldn't know, as I'm saying, because it was a partnership with the provinces.
So you don't know?
No.
Okay, thank you for accepting that you don't know. Then I want to move to Netball South Africa. Now, you heard me talking about money, and I'm very clear on what I want to know. I want to touch on a lot of things here. And the first thing I want to touch on is that your financials reflect 41,041 Rand across 2 years for NSA condolences. What is that? Is there anyone to respond to me on finances here? I expect the CEO to be able to respond on finances.
Honorable Member, I have to check the document that you're talking about.
You can't check a document. You can't come to a portfolio committee that represents the people of South Africa and say you must check a document. You are a CEO and you are supposed to know what is inside of your document. So please explain to me and the 250 South Africans watching now and the hundreds of thousands that are going to watch, what is NSA condolences? You spent 41,000, you ought to know.
The only thing I can remember at the top of my mind is the players that, well, netball players that died. That's what I remember at the top of my mind.
You spent 41,000. What did you use it for?
Honorable Member, with due respect, can I get back to get the details? Because this is not for this financial year.
No, you are correct. It's not for this financial year. It's for the 2024-2023 financial year. At the financial years that ended in 2023 and 2024.
Exactly, Honorable Member. I was employed in October 2023 and I wanted to be given an opportunity to go and check, and I will report back.
So you didn't do your homework before the portfolio committee? You present us a report, you don't do your homework on the report. What can happen? Yes?
I did my homework.
Now you don't know what the 41,041 rand was for.
Can I humbly request that I go and check those details, Honorable Jacobs?
You cannot humbly request that you go and check details. It doesn't matter how you change the wording of your request. I want the answer now.
I don't have the answer now.
So you don't have the answer?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Then I want to move to correctional services. 53,091 rand was spent to a line item called correctional services. What was that for? And what is your name, CEO? I want the South Africans to just hear your name and surname.
My name is Mudiege Komani.
Ya leboha.
My name is Mami Diale. The money for correctional service, what happens is, as and when Department of Correctional Services has a championship, they request support from Netball South Africa. And with that support, Netball South Africa will invoice them in terms of selectors, in